Guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Pauline. I am a polymer clay artist and I run a clay business on Etsy. So this video is going to be a little bit different, but last night I lost a couple video footage. I was thinking about how am I going to make that up? What am I going to do, like to just add to the video and make it meaningful, since the initial video that I lost was just me packaging an order and just kind of talking about I believe I was just talking about like a little bit of running my small business at the beginning of that video. With that, I figured I can talk about something different. I could talk about something that I am currently dealing with and something that I struggled with a lot back in my initial stages of starting my shop. And that's, and that topic is dealing with no sales, having no sales, having no sale day, having no sale week, having no sale month. Okay, like just watching your shop and literally nothing is happening, getting no traction to the shop, like my initial stages and like where I am now, and how different it has been for me. Not saying that my shop is like blowing up or anything, it's not, but I can definitely speak on the growth that I have had with myself and my shop in general, and like how it was in the initial beginning and how it is now. The struggle is real, like for real, like starting a small business with no following, because nowadays, like literally, if you have some worth of a following, your business would tend to kind of grow with that aspect, because you have followers that's able to kind of support you in that way. And then just also proper marketing, that's one thing. So you have having followers on one end, and then you have properly marketing your business on the other end. So basically, I thought about all this stuff like in the initial stages and me now, and like processing, because like when you have something like you want to improve on, you tend to like maybe you don't have that foresight at the initial beginning, but later on you tend to think about, okay, what did I do wrong? How can I get better? Anyway, so this video is just going to be my process at my initial stages with my business and how my mindset is now. Don't get me wrong, I know somebody else will look at my shop and say, oh my gosh, girl, your shop haven't been up for such a long time. But I think where I was coming from was I remember when I started, I was looking at other people that were doing similar things that I was doing, and seeing when they created their shop and how their shop was doing. So I did the comparing thing where I'm like, oh my gosh, this person just started this year 2023 and they have 100 sales already. I'm like, oh gosh, so that means I can do it. Like seeing their, that kind of helped me motivate myself at the beginning stage. And then when when I started putting up my work and it not taking off, I then that then that, instead of it encouraging me, kind of like brought me down. It's not to blame the artist or whoever, it was my mindset, and where I'm like, oh my gosh, how can they like like put up their work and their work take off, like they're making sales, they're doing great, and I put up my work and it's not it's not really doing well, it's not like getting any traction, nothing. So of course, now hindsight is 2020, thinking about it, I'm like, okay, these people have like a following, they have people backing them up, and they are properly marketing their items, like using social media to promote their work. I didn't think about that time. I was only thinking about like the numbers that I'm seeing on Etsy. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're doing so well. Look at the sale. They started just this earlier this year or whenever, or like ending of like the previous year, 2022, and their work is doing so, like their shop is doing so well. So why am I not improving? So when you're in a negative space, a lot of stuff like impact your mental, like your reasoning, and you're not able to properly process things properly. So I was doubting myself. I was like, oh my gosh, I am not like I'm granted I was working on improving my clay at that point, but then I started thinking, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna be good enough because nobody's like going to my shop, nobody's liking, favoriting, nobody's like buying anything from me. So my work is not good enough. So I started being negative with everything. Like I took a break, but it wasn't what I wanted. I didn't want to take a break, but I felt like I actually needed that break for me not sculpting for a couple weeks or almost a month, I think it was, to not work on clay. I feel like it's good to know when to take a break, when to step back and process and think like what's going wrong, what's like it wasn't intended on it. I'm not gonna lie to you. The break was not intended, but I felt like it's something I needed because I was feeling discouraged. I think I was giving up, which is where the break came from. I was literally giving up, and but I was like, you know what? I think I just didn't touch clay for like a couple weeks. I just didn't want to work on clay for a couple weeks. It wasn't intended, but it just happened. Like that made me think about, okay, why did I want to sell my work to begin with? Like, I thought about like when I created the art pieces that I did, and like I enjoyed them, and I myself would like to wear the pins that I want to wear the pins that I created, and like I felt like other people would enjoy it as much as I did. I know my work wasn't the best, but it wasn't trash as well too. And just to talk myself out of that dark space, I have to think about like why I do what I do, why I make the art that I make, what got me into putting my work out there to sell it in the first place. So just thinking about that, I'm just like, okay, I enjoy doing what I do. I enjoy making these little things that bring me joy, that I love wearing, and I would like that to bring other people joy as well. So that's why I make what I make. And I just started. I need to improve more. And plus I wasn't putting up a lot of stuff in my shop. I didn't have a lot of items in my shop to begin with. I only put up a couple items and expect them to like grab a lot of people's attention. So at that point, I took a a moment to revamp my shop and my ideas, and actually start putting up, try to put up stuff that I feel like people might enjoy and what I would enjoy as well. I think that's when I started branching out to do more fan art. At that point, I started doing Ghibli trinket trays. I like the jewelry dishes. Like when I see people make jewelry dishes, I was like, oh, that's so cool. It's functional and stuff. That's why I started making the jewelry dishes. I made Ghibli pieces, and I enjoyed them. And also, while I was also in that funk, I was looking at how other artists improve their shop. A lot of them said they market themselves on social media, and I think when I started, I created a TikTok, but I was not taking it seriously. When I started my shop, I just put up here and there. I wasn't taking it seriously, and when I went back into like my second phase, I would say, of me putting stuff back up in my shop, I started like filming myself making like the trays, making what I'm making, and putting it up on TikTok. I initially just focused, like I figured like I don't want to burn myself out too much. Let me focus on one platform, and then eventually I'll branch out. So I just concentrated on TikTok at that moment, and that's why my TikTok has a little bit more followers, or more following than any other platform that I have. And Instagram, honestly, I just started Instagram in December. Um, because I was like, all right, we can literally reuse the videos that I have on that platform, branch it out to Instagram, YouTube, and go from there. So I don't have to just like have one, put my eggs only in one basket. Just thinking outwardly, like how can I improve my shop, and seeing my shop and knowing that okay, it might not, my shop, I need to add more items to my shop because it was barren. I don't have a lot of stuff in it, and I don't have a variety of items. And also look at my skill level. Yes, it was improving, but maybe the quality of the stuff that I have at that point wasn't the best, wasn't, like it was good, but it wasn't like maybe not something that people, they like it but they're not willing to buy it. So I kept improving, I kept pushing out more. I started making out more designs, just fan arts in general. So I basically just think outwardly, like how can I improve my shop, and that's how I started making more items. um and that's why this year, December, like everything kind of like happened towards the ending of December, where I was like, I told myself this year for 2024 for my shop, I would like to push out more items, I would like to push out more designs. I'm going to make fan arts, but I want more original designs and stuff to be what is going to mostly dominate my shop. Original designs and a couple fan arts here and there. So basically uploading more of those trays and promoting myself on TikTok. So like doing all that helped my shop to start gaining more traction as well, to bringing more people to my shop. There's always stages. So I went from not having anybody favoriting my stuff and adding stuff to the cart to like now people are adding stuff to the carts and favorites, and I'm thinking like, why are they only just doing that and not proceeding to check out? So like phases, right? So now, like, thinking about it, I was just like, my way of getting out of that is like, your work is good enough. Because initially I always think about my work is not good enough for people to to like. So I tell myself like, your work is good enough that people are willing to favorite it and add it to their cart. So that means they're willing to buy it. So I use that to kind of like pump myself up a bit, tell myself like, I'm doing a good job. I just gotta keep at it, keep working, keep creating designs that I'm willing to put out on my shop, and people will enjoy this stuff. Yes, anybody can look at my shop and say, girl, your shop is not doing the best. Yeah, but I can now look at my shop now and say that okay, when I started I was not getting any views to my shop, and now I am, and now I'm constantly, even without the Etsy ad, my shop is doing much better than initially was. And you can say okay, that's because your shop just started. But I can also say that because I'm now promoting my shop, I'm putting up my videos on YouTube, on TikTok, and um on Instagram. So all these platforms are also what brings people, because my shop is linked in my bio and in my videos on YouTube, on the description. So all these stuff are what, like the video bring people's, like they pick their interest and then they click onto the shop. So I might not be getting a lot of people from these social media sites to come to my shop, but at least I'm getting somebody. I might be getting one or two people just to click onto the shop, and that helps. Maybe somebody will find something they like and buy it or favorite it, add it to their cart, and hopefully one day they will proceed to check out. So I just try to change my mindset on things, going from like, oh my gosh, my work is not good enough, people are just adding stuff, they're not gonna buy it, into thinking like, okay, people are adding stuff to their cart and favoriting it because your work is good enough for them to do that. They like it, and they are willing to buy it for them to add it to the cart. So you just gotta change mindset. So the advice I can say, or the tip I can say for anybody that's just starting new, as a small business owner, from what I have done for my shop and what you can do for your shop as well, is to just look internally, see what you can do better with your shop. You know Saying that don't look at your analytics, you should look and see how your shop is doing, how your shop is improving, or just to see what might be going wrong with your shop and seeing what you can do better. So like, have fun. Have fun making what you're doing, and don't worry too much about the numbers. The best thing you can do for yourself is like, make what you love, make what you're willing to sell, and promote your work, and have fun promoting your work. You want to make sure you're having fun doing what you do, doing what you love. And look at your work, that the ones you have in your shop, can you improve on them? Can you do better? Maybe your skill level is not what it is right now. Maybe the stuff you have on your shop where like the initial beginning stages of you starting a small business, can you take, see how you can improve on those, make them better. So those little stuff might be able to help. And also promote your work. I think that's one thing that um I didn't do, or I didn't take too seriously when I started my small business, because I thought, they always say, oh, Etsy is a marketplace, you put your stuff out there, they will help you promote your work. So I think I kind of just relied on Etsy in that aspect, where I'm like, okay, I just make stuff, keep improving, and hopefully Etsy will push out my work and people will see it. So I didn't really, I created TikTok, but I wasn't really pushing out my work that much. So find what works for you. Like, find methods that work for you to promote your work, and how you can improve your skills. I really hope you guys enjoy this video. And like I said, my goal this year is to grow my small business, and I feel like I just want to talk about what I have been going through, and hopefully it might help somebody out there. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, I want to show you guys this, because with the previous video I don't think I really showed you an up close version. So like, I don't think I kind of explained what he is. Or maybe it's self-explanatory since you see him. So basically, this little froggy is a delivery froggy. He brings hearts and smiles to everyone around him. He is just so adorable. Look at him, he's just the cutest. So he's just like the cutest delivery frog ever. And I wasn't sure what I was going to write on here for the longest. I don't know, my like, tell me if you guys want me to put something else. I was going to write here, for you, because he's a delivery frog, so like giving out hearts. Bringing joy to people. His basket is filled with love, and he brings love and joy to everyone around him. So yeah, you just kind of like just fill up his basket with love, and he delivers it to the people that needs it. Didn't put it in properly, but literally that's the idea, and I'm still working. This is still a work in progress. Yeah, but anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope I didn't ramble too much. Because this idea came to me last night, and I wasn't sure. I'm not the best person at speaking, and I feel like doing more of these videos of me talking might help me get better with my speaking. But anyways, thank you so much. I don't know how many times I've said thank you already in this video, but truly thank you for watching this video.